favorite motto or quote is to let it go, maybe. Just certain things that were important when you were younger aren't important anymore. You just gotta move on. I don't really think my values have changed over time. I think what I value maybe has changed over time. Less about work and about impressing other people, and more about being present and being with your family and doing things that are meaningful as opposed to things that make you look good. Definitely my greatest achievement is my child and my stepchildren and our grandchildren, just making them into the, influencing them and making them the wonderful young people that they are today. I think what I value more in life now is actually spending time with the people that are important in your life, as opposed to just being there with them, actually communicating, listening, engaging, as opposed to just, being present in the same location or whatever. I think it's really about valuable time, it's not so much about how much time, but the quality of time that you spend with people. And even if it's just, hanging out and watching a movie together and just being there. Oh, I think I'm a much better time manager now that I've gotten older. Obviously, you learn how to manage and juggle multiple things. A serious multitasker. And I think that's because I try to get more done so you can then have more time to spend with your family. So it's trying just to be more productive, more efficient, I think, as opposed to just being busy. I think going to Paris with my daughter, because I've traveled a lot, but seeing Paris through her eyes was really a fun experience, and just being able to travel and see things through her eyes that is a completely different lens as a 25-year-old than it is as a 61-year-old. Oh, I definitely think my generation is perceived by the Gen Zers as old-fashioned, and we don't understand, and you don't get technology, and I think that is in the vice versa. We think Gen Zers and and millennials are all about tech, and they don't really care. But I think it's understanding how each one of these generations were raised and what has molded them to think that way. We didn't always have tech 24/7 and an ability to look something up or to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if we had to. We had to get things done between 8 and 5 because that's when the business day was. So I think that's just, that we don't get it. You don't get it now. And trying to help them understand that we get it is just different. So. Yeah, that you're old. Over 60 to me, I used to think it was ancient, but to me, age is just a number, and being over 60, it doesn't mean that you're on the decline, that you're no longer useful in business, but it's you are so much wiser, you've got so many more life experiences. Obviously, physically, being able to be in much better shape now than in many cases I was when I was in my 40s and 50s, because I actually have some time to devote to that. But I think the biggest thing is that you're on the decline rather than you have so much more to offer because of all of your life's experiences. I do think recently women over 40 are actually represented more in advertising and media than they were, granted, even 10 years ago. Because as our population ages, we're the target market. So, it's important to do so, and I think it's become a lot more diverse with respect to age in social media, and a lot more. A lot of bloggers and a lot of people that are influencers are even over 40 now. So I think that makes a big difference.
since
How
you've
have I
turned
turned?
60?
Actually, I've actually gotten busier since I've turned 60. My consulting business has just taken off, and which has been wonderful. And I, honestly, without the responsibilities of taking kids places and being home for sporting events and all of those kinds of things, I think I'm actually able to devote more to things that are important to me. And so I like staying busy. When I'm not busy, I get bored. So I think professionally, I've been able to really become a lot busier and able to take on more now that I've been over 60. I think I would like people to see me as confident, um, comfortable in who I am, less worried about what other people think, but just really comfortable in who I am, what I stand for, what I do. But most importantly, I think just the confidence that I like to portray. I think beauty really comes from inside and how you're feeling, not how people are perceiving you. I think it has to do as much with your intellect and your heart as it does with external beauty. And I think as long as you have a beautiful heart and you are kind to people, I think that makes you beautiful regardless of the exterior. I think that's what I would stress to my 25-year-old daughter.